to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. This is my running channel for the everyday runner out there. This video is going to be a bit different today. I want to talk about the London Marathon specifically. I'm going to be doing a series of videos over the next couple of months leading up to the London Marathon on the various different things that go into doing this London Marathon. This first video is about why I'm doing the London Marathon. I thought it would be pretty cool to talk about why I'm doing it. I'm going to be interviewed in this video by somebody that's special to me about the marathon and why I'm doing it. Also touch on a bit on the sort of things that are involved because maybe new London marathoners out there may be interested to know what's involved with regards to raising money, sponsorship and that kind of things, because a lot of people do raise a lot of money. It's quite a daunting task if you're new to the London Marathon or any event. So I'm going to touch on that as well in this video. Let's say it's part of a larger series of videos that I'm going to be doing, but this is the first one, so let's get stuck in.
Are you listening? Damn.
Hey guys, so as I said in the intro, this video is all about the London Marathon. I'm going to be doing a series of videos about the London Marathon specifically and different elements that go into that. So I thought it'd be cool to do a series on that as we lead up into it. It's now February. We're well into my London Marathon training. So I just wanted to touch, I think on this first video, about why I'm doing the London Marathon. There's various reasons why I'm doing it, and there's different bits and pieces that come together for me to be able to go out and do this. So I wanted to talk to you about that. I think the easiest way or the coolest way to do it is I'm going to get someone special to me to interview me, which I thought would be a cool way of doing it. And she's going to interview me and she's going to ask me some questions that she was interested to know the answers to. So let's get stuck in with that first. Hey guys, so this is Questions with Scarlett. I thought it'd be wicked to give you an idea of why I'm running the London Marathon this year, and the reasons why I'm running the London Marathon this year was to ask Scarlett, who's my daughter, to come up with some questions to ask me on the various different things on why I say I'm running it and what I'm running it for and those kind of things. So she's come up with some questions which she's going to ask me now. And hopefully it's interesting for you to find out on the bits and details of the London Marathon. So Scarlett, what's your first question for me?
Why are you running the London Marathon?
Why am I running the London Marathon? The main reason I'm running the London Marathon is to raise lots of money for charity. And I think it's one of the biggest events in the world for raising money for charity. I can't remember what the number was last year. It was a silly amount of money that the London Marathon, all the charities raised. So it's all about, for me, running to raise money for charity. Hopefully I can get to the amount of money that I want to raise for a superb charity, and obviously there's the personal aspect of completing the marathon, which is one of the biggest and hardest challenges out there to do, I would say, for anybody who's just not necessarily started running. I mean, I started running a few years ago, but it's one of those things on the old bucket list to do. So that's the main reason why I'm running the London Marathon, as I say, is to raise money for charity.
Okay. Who are you running for?
Who am I running for? I'm running this year for the Leonard Cheshire Disability Charity. And they are a UK-based charity, and they support disabled people across the country and other countries. They have houses and homes where they look after disabled people, and they support them with all their activities that they're doing. So that's the charity I'm running for. If you go on their website, Leonard Cheshire Disability, you can find out more information. But yeah, they're the ones who I'm raising money for this year, and I think they're 100 years old this year, so I'm quite excited to be raising money for them this year. So what's your next question, Scarlett?
How much money will you make?
How much money? Well, I'm not going to make any money. I plan on raising for Leonard Cheshire £1,800, so £1,800. That's my plan. I'm nearly there. I've had a lot of support from a lot of people, and next week, I think it is, or the week after, you and I are doing a dancing thing to raise some money. Yeah. So that's another way of doing it. And the fantastic thing about raising money through sponsorship is it gets everybody together and it gets all the family involved, and it's really been a fantastic way of communicating with people we haven't spoke to for a long time and getting everybody involved in the marathon. So yeah, so £1,800 is my target. Hopefully I will beat that. But we've got a little while yet, so fingers crossed. What else you want to know?
Well, you get hungry.
But when I'm running, I do get hungry when I'm running, but the problem is when you're running, you can't go and have like a cheeseburger when you're running along. You have to have certain things, you can't, because otherwise you get stomach problems and then you need to go for a number 2. So I have these things. Have you seen the gel things that I have? They're like little pouches that I put in my bag. And
Yeah, I've seen them.
well, they're strawberry flavoured, so I have them, but I do get hungry, especially when I get home, as you know, because I eat all your cereal. But yeah, when I'm out there, I do get hungry, yes. But we'll see how I get on. It's 4 hours, so I'll probably need a big meal afterwards.
Will you need a wee?
Yeah, I probably will do. There's loads of toilets along the London Marathon. I think they're every couple of miles there's some toilets, but apparently there's lots of queues for the toilets. So I know they put up signs that don't wee here and don't wee there. But if nature calls, then nature calls. But yeah, I probably will need a wee because I'm going to be drinking a lot as I'm going along.
How is the training?
How's my training going? It's going alright. Got a bit of a sore throat today, which is a bit of a worry. I think your sister might have given me her cold. But in general, touch wood, I seem to be okay. I'm doing what my plan says, and anybody else who's doing the London Marathon, make sure you stick to your plan. Don't go too much too early. Make sure you're doing the right amount of miles. That's my advice to everybody out there. I'm sticking to my plan, which is in the girls' playroom. And I tick that off every week. Don't we, Scarlett? We make sure that I do the right amounts, and that's I'm doing okay. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got what was it? 10 weeks left, something like that. So we're nearly at the halfway point, and I'm doing okay. I've got a half marathon in a couple of weeks, which is fine. That's just more training to get used to turning up on race day, because I haven't done a race for a while. But yeah, I would say the training's going okay, but I sound just getting a bit sick and tired of keep getting sick with different things. But I think it's mainly down to you two. You and your sister keep bringing germs into the house. So, but yeah, I'm doing alright.
What will you do after?
Right after the marathon, or once I've done the marathon? And I'll tell you what, I'll answer both. Straight after the marathon, I'm going to take my shoes and socks off, and I'm going to put a pair of flip-flops on, and I'm going to strip off, and then I'm going to wipe myself down with baby wipes, and I'm going to put load of deodorant on because I'm going to stink, and then I'm going to go and get a good meal. And I'll probably I don't know where I'm going to meet you guys because it's a bit chaotic afterwards. So I'm not sure what we're going to do about race organisation. I think I'm going to do another video about that, part of this London Marathon series. I'm going to do a video about the logistics side of things, planning, what you're going to do leading up to it, making sure your spectators are here and there, and all the stuff afterwards. I'm going to do a video on that. But I think straight afterwards, I think the first thing I'm going to do is take my shoes and socks and put my flip-flops on. With regards to what am I going to do after the marathon's finished, like training-wise, I've got another, 8 events booked this year, half marathons and things like that. So I'm going to be continuing the training. I've got another one to do in May. You and I are going to be doing some park runs, and then we've got a few other events for the rest of the year. So I'm looking forward to that. But that's what I'm going to be doing after the marathon.
Will you high five us while you're running?
Yes, I'm definitely going to high five you when I'm running, if I can find you. It's going to be a busy day, but I'm definitely going to high five you. And afterwards, I might give you a big, wet, sweaty kiss as well. Well, anything else, or is that everything you wanted to know?
Yeah.
All right, lovely. Well, thanks very much, Scarlett. So I hope that was informative for you guys. I'm now going to go and let's get stuck in with sponsorship and what's involved, or what I found is involved in that, and give you some tips with regards to raising some money for your charity. So let's get stuck in with that. So I hope you found that interesting, and the reasons why I'm doing the marathon, or the London Marathon, and the other questions that Scarlett asked me. I think it is interesting if you can get your kids involved, if you're lucky enough to have kids, in any sort of race, event, sports, whatever you're doing, to get the whole family involved is wicked. And that is one thing that I think that goes along with the whole London Marathon. They're talking this year about the spirit of the London Marathon, and I in particular felt that spirit, let's call it, where my family's got involved in all the raising of the sponsorship and getting involved in general. You know, my brother is going to be taking me to this event. I mean, he usually tags along with some of them, but he's going to be taking me along to this event. So Scarlett started running. As my training's increased, she's gone, oh, what's Dad doing? So she's a bit more interested in my running, which is fantastic. The fact that, so now my young daughter's started to run, and we're going to be doing park runs as we get into the summer when it's a bit warmer. So that spirit that they're talking about this year in the London Marathon really, for me, is hit home. Even silly little things about like people that we haven't spoken to in the family for years and years and years have sent me through sponsorship, which is just amazing, and it really touches you, the fact that these people that you haven't seen for years or you've lost touch with, and they put take the money out of their pocket and they sponsor you for a worthwhile cause. But it really is quite humbling when these people do that, and it's amazing. I'm sitting there in the office and the old phone bleeps up and somebody's added to my Just Giving page. It might be someone I've never ever heard of or never known, but my mum and dad or my brother or my brother-in-law, somebody's spoken to somebody and they've seen what we're doing and we've seen what we're trying to do with raising money for this charity, and it's just incredible. I think it's worth, with regards to the raising money sponsorship part, I think it's worth just touching on that. I think some people who are doing the London Marathon maybe have never done that kind of thing before. It's quite daunting, believe it or not. I see a lot of stuff on YouTube and questions, and I see a lot of stuff on Facebook in the chat rooms and that, asking about how you can go around raising money, what's involved with regards to raising money, any ideas and that kind of thing. I've got to be honest with you, it is quite stressful. I set myself a target, as I said in the questions, of raising money, and it is a very daunting task to think, right, you've got to go out and ask people to part with their money, and in particular, current times, the way everything is out there, with all the doubts around the world, it is hard to go out there and ask people for money. So trying to find events and do different things that you can try and encourage people to sponsor you is a great way of doing it. There's loads of different websites you can go on, and there's loads of different tips out there online. Even on YouTube you can find stuff. When we was hunting around, I was lucky enough, my wife is a dance teacher, so one of the things that she spoke to the people she works with, and they were really super kind about helping me out. So a big shout out to the Mayhem Theatre Arts in Hoddesdon and in Goffso, because they, Nicole, who runs that, she put her hand up and said that she was willing to help me, which was just amazing. And as I said again, it goes back to the spirit of the marathon, that people are willing to help. And so we organised a Daddy Dance Day. Sounds silly, but it was something different, and we raised some money from that, which was unbelievable. It was a great day. As I say, we raised a decent amount of money, brought awareness about what I was doing, brought awareness about the charity, and it got everybody together, and we all had a good laugh, which is what it's all about. And that's the thing, where if you're trying to raise money, you want to try and think of things where people are going to have a laugh and they're going to enjoy themselves, and you can interact with them. It's really, to get in sponsorship is really on a one-on-one basis. You see people, there's nothing wrong with this, but you see people like blanket and spamming stuff out, Just Giving pages, sponsor me here, sponsor me there. And that's fine, but what I found was, as I've done sponsorship over the years, the best way is to interact on a one-on-one basis with people, so they can see the sort of things that you're doing and find out about the charity that you're working for, and let them get involved in what you're doing with regards to your running or whatever event you're doing. That's the best way. So maybe my top tip with regards to sponsoring, apart from organising a fun event where it's involved in something that's easier for you to do, whether you know somebody who does, like I say, with the dancing, like my family's involved in that. But if you can try and find something linked to that. But I think the number one thing is to make it personable, because with the social media world out there, don't get me wrong, this is on social media, so I've got nothing against it. I'm a big social media fan, but you can't take away that human element, that spirit of the human being, and the more you talk to people about the different sponsorship and why you're doing it and what you're doing it for and how you're going to do it and all that kind of thing, you'll be surprised how many people actually dig a fiver out of their pocket or give you a 10 and stuff like that. So that's my top tip really for dealing with the sponsorship side of the London Marathon, or any event actually, come to think about it. But I tell you what, here's a short video on our day when we did the Daddy Dance fundraiser for my charity, the Leonard Cheshire Disability. So let's check this out. I say it's a bit of a laugh, but I thought I'd stick it in here as well. So let's get stuck in. So I'm doing the marathon in April the 22nd. I'm doing it for the Leonard Cheshire Disability. I'll put some signs up, they talk about the charity and stuff. We do really well, raise a lot of money, and I really appreciate you giving up your Sundays and coming down here and giving this a go. I know it's going to be murder for us blokes, so what can you do? But yeah, we're raising a lot of money today, so I really appreciate it. Make sure you watch on the TV. I'm going to be out there on April the 22nd, slugging my guts out to raising this money. But I really appreciate you coming down. And stay around at the end, put some drinks and stuff, and obviously we're going to do the raffle. Let's say there's some wicked prizes up there. I'm after the golf lesson because I need some help. So that's on there as well. But thanks very much, and let's get started. See, we had a bit of fun there. So it was a wicked morning, and I say big thanks to everybody at Mayhem, Nicole, Nicola, my wife, for organising that. It was just an incredible morning, and again, as I said, go back on the sponsorship. It really is amazing how people want to help you and they get involved and stuff like that. So yeah, big shout out and thanks to everybody who came along to that. But yeah, so that's probably all I really wanted to touch on in the first video of the London Marathon. The next one is probably going to be more about the planning of the London Marathon. I thought it would be cool to do a video with regards to actually planning out the marathon and stuff like that. And I say then we'll have a couple more videos. It'll probably be like a 3 or 4 video series as we lead up, I say, because the old clock's ticking now, so we're getting a bit closer, so I'm having to start thinking about logistics and stuff like that. So I thought it'd be cool if I stick this out there on the old videos on YouTube. For people who do this further along the line, they might be able to refer back to it. But yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. So it's a bit of a different one for me. The usual stuff's coming out here, the running vlogs, the different tip bits and stuff like that. I'll keep them coming, don't worry about that. Make sure you follow me on social media. You can see below where you can follow me up, like on Instagram, on Twitter, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. I'm involved in a few of the chat rooms as well. You can see me there. If you've got any comments, stick them below. If you've got any questions, stick them below. Definitely hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Big shout out for everybody who's subscribed already. Thanks a lot. It means a lot. I appreciate the comments you guys are throwing at me, whether it be on here or any other social media platform. I really do appreciate it. So keep following me, and yeah, I'll catch you later.